I remember the exact words, her voice sharp, eyes narrowing like she was slicing through me. Why bring trash to this meeting? My stomach sank, not because of the insult, but because I'd trusted her. Trusted that she'd value the deal over ego. $5 million, gone if she wanted it. I froze. The air in her office felt suffocating, thick with contempt. She leaned back, smug, confident in her power. And in that instant, I realized something terrifying. I had no one in this place who actually believed in me. Flashback. 2 years earlier, I had walked into her office, ambitious, eyes wide, ready to impress. She smiled, warm, approving. She had said, "I see potential in you." I had believed her. I had fought for her trust, stayed late nights, navigated impossible clients. She had been a mentor, a gatekeeper, the person who promised me wings. Now, she wanted to clip them. The first cracks were subtle, missed approvals, casual dismissals, eye rolls in meetings. At first, I shrugged. I was new. I told myself she was just hard to impress. But then the pattern became undeniable. She sabotaged presentations, belittled my ideas, blocked opportunities. And always, always with that condescending, "You're lucky to be here." I caught the first real proof when she deliberately withheld the flight for the biggest deal of the year. I had pleaded, carefully, professionally. She had laughed. "Why should I spend on you? You're expendable." Expendable. Not incompetent, not unworthy, expendable. Most would have raged, stormed out, quit. I didn't. I smiled. Inside, I started plotting, not blindly, not emotionally, strategically. The type of revenge that didn't scream but whispered and sank teeth into her. I dug, quietly, met with colleagues, traced emails, studied patterns. And then I found it. Her arrogance, her blind spots, the client she was about to meet, the CEO, that golden figure she thought untouchable, the one who held the keys to $5 million. My brother. I remembered the phone call, his voice, calm and curious. "You're going to that meeting alone?" I had replied, casual, almost careless, "Good luck." From there, everything unfolded like clockwork. I leaked subtle hints to her, wrong information about the client's needs, false assumptions I planted through casual conversations. I watched her prepare, smug, self-assured. Every file she touched, every pitch she rehearsed, I had already anticipated. The day of the meeting, I stayed silent. I didn't need to step in. I didn't need to confront. I knew her confidence would be her downfall. I watched from the side, invisible. She started the presentation, the client nodding politely. Then came the questions, hard ones, specific ones only insiders could know. She faltered, smiled nervously, grasping at vague answers. My brother leaned back, eyes sharp. The subtle smirk I had planted in my mind grew in satisfaction. She had no idea the family ties she was ignoring would dismantle her performance. Halfway through, she realized something was off. The client CEO, my brother, wasn't impressed. The questions kept cutting deeper. My brother probed gently, almost kindly, but she was unraveling. And I, hidden in plain sight, felt no joy for cruelty, only a quiet satisfaction. A sense of justice served. By the time the meeting ended, the $5 million deal had shifted. Not because I bargained, not because I interfered overtly, but because her hubris met the reality she had ignored. My brother called me later, voice tinged with amusement. "Impressive, you really taught her a lesson." I only smiled. Back in my office, I stared at the empty chair across from me. She hadn't even looked at me, didn't need to. The humiliation had already sunk in. And I felt lighter than I had in months, free from her manipulation, free from her disdain. I didn't shout. I didn't celebrate. I walked past her office, head held high. Silence was my final weapon. Let her stew in the realization that the person she dismissed was untouchable, untouched, and quietly, irrevocably in control. Sometimes revenge doesn't need drama. Sometimes it's a quiet smile, a calculated step, and watching someone implode while you sip the coffee they refuse to offer. "Good luck," I whispered to the empty room, and this time it was for me.